Story: The Magic Book. Once there lived two friends in a town named Raju and Deepu. Both used to attend the same school. Deepu was rich. His father was a renowned businessman. Whereas Raju was poor. His father worked as a peon in the company. But Raju was a very intelligent and a bright child, and based on which he was admitted in the prestigious school, and even his educational expenses was borne by the school. And such was the friendship between Raju and Deepu.
Hey Raju, look! I have got so many expensive pens. But you have just one and even that looks cheap.
Deepu, your father is a really rich man. That's why you can afford so many pens. But my father is really poor. And so I just use this inexpensive pen.
Raju was a sensible boy. He was aware that his father really toils hard to bear all the household expenses, and hence he never urged or demanded anything from his parents.
Raju, look at my new pair of shoes. Dad brought it for me yesterday.
Oh wow, they look really amazing.
Raju leaves for his house, where his mother Malti is waiting for him and says,
Raju, come on. First have your food.
After having food, Raju leaves for his maternal uncle's house, who stays close by. As soon as he leaves, Deepu comes looking for him.
Auntie, is Raju there?
No, Deepu. He has gone to visit his uncle. He will be back in a while.
Oh, I had come to take him to the park to play with me.
Saying this, Deepu leaves Raju's house. As soon as Raju reaches back home, Malti informs him.
Hey Raju, your friend Deepu came looking for you. He wanted to take you to the park.
No problem, Mom. I'll go to his house.
And then he reaches Deepu's house, where he meets Deepu's mother Sarita.
Raju, you? At this time? What are you doing here?
Auntie, I just came here to see Deepu. I thought he wanted to take me to the park with him. That's why I am here.
Why will he go to the park with you? He has a lot of friends who are as rich as him. I really don't like him hanging out with poor boys like you. Now go away from here. I wonder how Deepu chooses such boys to be his friends.
Raju gets very upset listening to such comments from Deepu's mother. He immediately leaves from there. Sad Raju, while sitting on a park bench, he started thinking as to why he is so poor, when suddenly he notices a book lying on a bench next to him.
Oh, I think someone left a book here. And it looks like a brand new one.
He asked a person standing nearby.
Uncle, does this book belong to you?
No, son. This book isn't mine.
Auntie, is this your book?
No, my boy. This is not mine.
Pinky, is this book yours?
No, Raju, not at all. This is not my book.
Raju asked everyone, but could not find the owner of the book. So with no option left, Raju brought the book home with him. Though he was happy from within that he has got a new book, he thought of drawing something in his new book.
Alright, first let me draw an ice cream in this.
Raju drew a delicious ice cream in that book. He really loved ice cream very much. That's when his mother called him to have dinner.
Raju, my boy, come. It's getting late for dinner.
Coming, Mom!
And leaving the book, he went to have dinner with his mother. As soon as he returned, he saw an ice cream on his desk, which was exactly like the one he drew in that book.
Wow, where did this ice cream came from? Mom, did you get this ice cream for me?
No, Raju. I did not get this ice cream for you.
Daddy, have you bought an ice cream for me today?
No, my son. I haven't brought any ice cream.
Now Raju started thinking that he drew an ice cream in the book a while ago, and he got an ice cream in real. He was really happy. He narrated the entire story to his mother Malti. But Malti did not believe in Raju's story. So Raju said,
Wait, Mom. I'll show you something. You tell me, what should I draw in this book? Alright. Mom, I'll draw a bangle just like you're wearing on this book.
Raju started drawing bangles in the book for his mother. And within 10 minutes, he saw that there was a box full of bangles in front of them. Seeing this, Malti and Raju were really jubilant. They did not tell any of this to Madan.
Mom, now we can get anything we want by just drawing in this book.
After which Raju drew clothes and shoes for himself. Also a school bag, saris for his mother, and a lot of eatables and other household items. Now Raju started wearing new shoes and he carried new bag to school every day. Looking at this, when Deepu meets Raju, he asks him,
Hey Raju, nowadays you wear new shoes and also carry new bag to school. Seems like your father has got a promotion in office.
It's nothing like that. All this has been gifted to me by my uncle.
Wow, looks like your uncle is a very rich man. I wish even I had an uncle like yours.
But Deepu, you already have everything you desire. What else do you want?
Okay, leave this. Let's go to my place.
No, I need to rush back home.
Poor Raju remembers how Deepu's mother had dared him from coming home.
No, let us go to my house.
Okay, if you wish to play, you come to my house. But I will not come to your house.
Saying this, Raju leaves for his house. Deepu keeps wondering as to why Raju is so reluctant to come to his house. So reaching home, Deepu asked his mother,
Mom, did you say anything to Raju?
Yes, I had asked him to go away from here. And why do you play with him? I really don't like you playing with that poor boy. You should have friends who are as rich as you.
Mom, please don't say all this. Raju is my best friend. You should not have done this with Raju.
Deepu really gets very angry on his mother. But his mother had no remorse about what she did with Raju. But Deepu felt guilty about it, as to why his mother ill-treated Raju. Some days later, Sarita meets Malti in the market.
How are you? I'm seeing you after a long time.
I'm doing great. You tell me, how are you?
I'm fine too.
Sarita is surprised to see Malti wearing such an expensive sari. She is also wearing ornaments with that sari. Sarita fails to understand how Malti could afford to wear that expensive stuff. Returning back home, she thinks to herself,
Raju and his parents has always been so penniless and poor. But suddenly from where have they got so much money? That Malti has started wearing such expensive sari and jewelry to top it all? I will really have to find out the source of their wealth.
With this in mind, she reaches Raju's house and peeps in through the window, where Raju and Malti are drawing something in that magical book.
Look, Mom, I have made such a beautiful pair of sandals for you.
Sarita is astonished to see that a pair of sandals appears on the desk.
Okay. So this is the secret behind all this. I will have to steal the book from them.
Next day, Sarita visits Malti, pretending to have come just to say hello, but steals the magic book and rushes back before Malti could understand. When Raju does not find the magical book, he asks,
Mom, have you seen the magical book?
It was here till some time back. Who must have taken it?
I think that Sarita auntie must have stolen it.
Sarita started drawing new jewelries in the book. She accumulated a lot of gold jewelries like this, unaware that her servant Hari is watching her. And he tries to rob Sarita at knife point.
Come on now, move fast and put all the jewelry in this bag and give it to me, or else I'm going to kill you.
Oh, no. Please don't do this. I will give you all the jewelry.
Sarita quickly started keeping all the gold in the bag. That's when Raju reaches there. He sees Hari standing with a knife in his hand. He quickly runs out to call people for help. And then together, they successfully nab Hari.
Auntie, I hope you're fine.
I'm really sorry, my boy. I treated you so badly. And today I stole your magical book. But still you saved my life. Please forgive me, my son. Please forgive me.
Auntie, you're my friend's mother. And so even I hold the same respect for you.
Sarita hugs Raju like her own son and returns the magical book to him. And after this, Deepu and Raju became even thicker friends.